Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Ashley LGR for Raza Streaming Network. You are watching another tutorial on Dark Ages, and for today I'm going to be teaching new players because I get asked this question a lot. It's like, why are my skills not working? Why are my spells not working? How do I target spells easily? So we're going to get into that together. So for now, what we are going to do is we're going to do the basics. Every skill has a kind of like a casting bar to it. And what this means is insert text here. You have to click something in order to use the skill. So for example, blah. What fascinating item is this? So like whatever you want to write, it just lets you this is just to let you know when the spell is ready to cast. So this has like a spell casting line. Consider it kind of like a verbal component in a Dungeons and Dragons spell. If you don't play D&D, that's totally fine. But every skill and spell has a certain amount of time it takes before it actually casts. So that's the purpose of the wands. See, the wands make it so it's a lot easier to cast things. Because without wands, you'll notice that the spell casting bars vary in terms of how many times it takes in order to cast something. So to put it into perspective, the Holy Diana takes two of these lines off of your spells. So you'll see like there's like a spell line here, but when I put on my Holy Diana, all of a sudden the spell line disappears and it's instantaneous. So if you don't see a spell bar there, it means the spell is instantaneous and it just goes off immediately. But if you don't have a staff, then you're going to see these little spell lines. So you right click the spell and you'll see that, like for More Dion Kamla, for example, it has 4 lines of spells, like 4 lines of casting before the spell is even cast. So you're going to be waiting a while. Each line is about a second long. So, and then right at the end it goes boop. So like it takes, so because this thing is 4 seconds long, it's going to take 4 seconds to cast. Every line is 1 second of time. No rhyme intended, but that sounded pretty cool. That's the purpose of having staves. The staves, or staffs, however you want to say them, all have different kinds of effects on how spells are casted. For example, my Holy Hybrasil Baton makes every single one of my spells 1 line, even the instantaneous ones. So there's an upside and then there's a downside to some of these staffs. This is some of the reasons why a lot of wizards and priests switch between staffs. For example, the wizard switches between the Magus Zeus and the Magus Diana. Now, why the Magus Zeus? Well, for spells like Morphos Nadur and any kind of Mor spell, M-O-R, it has 4 lines of spells on it, as you can see. But what the Magus Zeus does is it takes 2 lines away, so it only makes the spell 2 lines. So it's extremely helpful for a wizard to equip a Magus Zeus when they are spellcasting Morphos Nadur, because it's less casting time, 2 seconds instead of 4. And then they would switch to the Magus Diana, which takes 1 line off of every single spell. So if a spell has 2 lines in it, it's going to take 1 of them away, and it makes like your elemental spells faster to cast and things of the sort. So the Holy Diana, in retrospect, takes 2 lines of spells away, from your spells, but it only works for priests. It's priest only, and the Magus Diana is mage only, just so you know. So you have to be a wizard in order to use the Magus Diana, and you have to be a priest in order to use the Holy Diana. For everyone else, the skills and spells, if you are trying to use them, it's not just enough sometimes to just click a spell or click a skill and that's it. Like for example, I got asked, why is my taunt not working? So we're going to go and figure that out. Who should I use? Let's use Rosalmonks, for example. Now, Rosla doesn't have Taunt, but she's got Snort. And Snort works pretty much the same. And we're going to go and test it out. I know what, maybe I should get Taunt. Let me see if I have the skills for Taunt, just to make this tutorial the way it should be. Yeah, let's see. What does my monk need for Taunt? Taunt. There, oh, nope, that's Howl. Taunt. There we go. She needs a Viper Gland. Do I have a Viper Gland? I can get that easily. So we're so I'm going to show you about like skills and stuff like the taunt button. So just give me a second here, everyone. I just need one Viper Gland. There we go. Hold on. And what we are going to end up doing now is we're going to go and get our taunt ability, just so I can show you how it works. I am level 30. There we go. So, in order to get our taunt, we are going to just go down to the Millith Fighter and get it, and then I'm going to show you how to use it. Now, when it comes to your assails, you can put the you can put writing in them, but the difference between the assails and the actual skills is the assails you could just press and hold the space bar, which will allow it to just automatically hit, whereas for example the kick skills and the throw skill is a manual clicking button, and you have to click those, well, manually. So we're going to learn a secret. We're going to learn the taunt. Boing! There we go. Now, okay, now we got taunt, right? And it's like, oh, how does taunt work? Well, we're going to show you. So this is the taunt button. You can see taunt has a huge casting time. So 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, and 4 seconds. So when we're casting it, right, when it comes to taunt, you can't just click it, right? Why can't we click it? Well, because you have to target an enemy with it. So for some skills or spells like Taunt and Snort, you have to be around an enemy in order for it to start working. So we are going to just go here into the Millith Crypt, for example. And we're going to go here. And now look, even though there's a monster near you, it's like, oh, my taunt's not working. Well, see these little, so here's some tips. See these little numbers here, these 1, 2, and 3? If you click that number, it locks the spell in, and with your mouse, left click this mouse here, this rat. And you'll notice that taunt is now working. So it works like that with any spell, any skill and spell that you want to use. And you'll see that the rat is attacking me now. So you can do it two ways. Again, you could click 2 because it's on the number 2 key. So this is the hot key. So click, and then you press number 2, and then you click the spider. And you have taunted the spider. It'll work like that for all of, it'll work like that for spells and skills that target a single creature. So once again, you press the number 2 because it's in the number 2 slot. Click the spider, and your skill starts going off. Boop. And there you go. And then you just attack it. Same with snort. Snort works the exact same way as well. Click the number 3, click the spider. Sometimes it'll miss. And that's just pretty much how it works. So what's the second way? It's like, well, do I have to leave it in the number 1, 2, and 3 key? No, you don't. Now here's another cool thing that you can do in order to get the skill off a little faster. Let's say you don't just want to click a button and then click this spider. Well, what you do is you press and hold with your mouse the spell, drag it on top of the enemy that you want to click. Drag and drop. Drag and drop. So you have two options on how you want to get your enemies to get to you. This isn't just for taunt. This is also for like wizard spells, priest spells. You can drag and drop, or you can click the button, like press the button here. So, like I said, number 2, and then click the enemy, and it will target. Now, I'll show you in terms of spells. So, we're going to go into spells next. Now, spells work the exact same way. For example, we're just going to go into here. And we're going to target this gobbo here. And you're going to see I have a bunch of spells in the up here. These are all my support spells. So if you're a priest and you're traveling with your ally, and it's like, oh, do I have to constantly like drag and drop my heal on them like this? No, you could just press the number 1 key, click your ally. Press the number 1 key, click your ally. It's like, oh, your ally is bead crated. Click number 3 because this is on the number 3 key. Click your ally. Or you can drag and drop. Drag and drop. And it's the exact same for the enemy too. Like you can, for example, let's put more Fasnadur up here. We will click 0 because it's on the 0 key. Click and pop. Click and pop. So you press 0, click an enemy, and then the spell goes off. Or you could do the opposite, and you can drag and drop a spell, which I will do with Ardstrad. So this Ardstrad here, the awesome thing about dragging and dropping is you don't need to put it up here on the top with these numbers. You can just drag and drop. drag, and drop. So those are some of the skills that you can do in order to in order to get it done more effectively. So if your taunt's not working, always keep in mind that there are casting times for all skills and spells, all manual skills and spells. All the automatic skills like the assail, assault, wall up, things like that, like long strike, those are instantaneous with the space bar. But for the manual skills that you need to click, they all have a spellcasting bar in order for it to activate, or before it activates. And now, as we're going to the rogue, let's go to our rogue here. Rogue, what are you freaking talking about? Wonder what I put earlier. So we're going to go to our rogue here. Now the rogue works pretty much the same, works just slightly differently. Now your assail, of course, you just go up to an enemy and press your spacebar, your assail starts hitting. So you don't have to worry about your assail. Now your evaluate item requires an item in one of these slots here, and you just click it and it tells you what it is, right? But it still has a casting bar. I'll show you once it completes here. Once you see that blue, it means it's on cooldown. You'll see that it has a 1 second casting bar before it activates. So that's totally fine. Now the throw Serum. Now the throw Serum skill for the rogue works where first you need a secret. Now where do you get secrets from? You get them from the Suomi armory. And the Suomi weaponsmith. He's right beside the armory. They're in the same building. And what you do with throw Serum is you have to line your enemy up like this. See how he's lined up? You have to make sure he is at least 1 square away. And then, there you go. That's what throw Serum does. It's a ranged attack that attacks a creature, but you have to be lined up with them. If they are not lined up, it's going to miss them. So it's like, booyah, boo, hiya. It'll fail a lot if it's low level, just so you know, just like everything else. It will also fail if there's no enemies in the line. You'll see that this mantis is in the line right now, but the moment that he ends up in melee with you, it's going to constantly fail because you will not be able to throw your weapon with an enemy in melee. You have to always be at range to throw your weapon. And again, like I said, it will fail a lot because my throw Serum is only 0 out of 100. So it's gonna hit like once every it's like a 10% chance hit at level 0. So that's throw Serum. In order to use that ability, you will need a secret. And you get those secrets from the Suomi armory and the Suomi weaponsmith. And I'm just going to answer this for you, for rogues, because you might ask me this right away. It's like, where do I find a good secret? Well, a good snow secret, or a good center secret. I think it starts as a good snow secret. Snow secrets and all those other secrets are, again, found at the Suomi weaponsmith. You buy a few of them, and then you take them to Millith. You take them to the Millith weaponsmith, and once you're at the Millith weaponsmith, then there will be an option when you open it up that will get you into blacksmithing, that will help you turn the weapon into a good secret. So, it's a blacksmithing ability that you need to do. You have to go to the Millith weaponsmith once you have the secrets on you, and you have to blacksmith them into a good quality secret. And it takes labor, just so you guys know. Alright, now that's pretty much this tutorial, everybody. Remember, casting times. Every skill has them. Casting times. Every spell has them. I'm going to let you know about what to do. This is a bonus thing for rogues. I'm going to show you what you can do. It's probably not going to work on this one. In this level, they're just going to die if I smack them. So we're going to go into like this final room here. I'm going to smack a goblin, and I'm going to show you something. So these traps take a long time to put onto the ground. Now, how traps work is, first of all, I highly recommend, if you're registered or subbed, as it is called, drop a coin onto the ground. So you drag and drop a coin, just one coin onto the ground, and that's your silver coin right there, for example. And what you're going to do is you're going to then click your maiden trap. So what you're going to do is you're going to click your maiden trap. Make sure it casts. Boop, and it says you cast maiden trap. It's maiden trap, for example, is a lot of lines. And what you're going to do is you're going to... Well, this guy's way up here now. You're going to have to put another trap down. Hiya! Hiya! Oh, for crying out loud. Come on. Okay, well, it's failing too many times, so we're just going to smack him. Come on. Come on! There we go. And now... Boop. Doot. 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 Boop. And then, boop, and then he hits it. And sometimes one time kills him, sometimes it doesn't. If it doesn't, then you're just gonna have to keep going. Doot, 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 boop, and then pop. So that's how the traps work. Doot, 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 doot. And the trap is set. And there he goes. And, like, again, it takes a few times. Doot, doot, doot. It usually takes 2 maiden traps to kill these goblins. Of course, you know, there's, like, needle trap, there's stiletto trap. Like, needle trap has 3 lines before it casts. Stiletto trap has 3 lines before it casts. The blind snare has 2 of them before it casts. So, always make sure you know where your trap is, because the square that you're on is where the trap is going to be located. And if you cannot guide the enemy onto that square, let's say for example, you put it on this coin here. If the enemy is not going to step on that coin, you're just going to be running around everywhere. So you have to, like, kite the enemy into the trap. And that's what throw Serum is for. It throws a weapon at the enemy, makes them start chasing you. You lure them right into one of your traps. Now you can lure them into a trap while they're still chasing you, or you can load a bunch of traps onto the ground first and then lure a bunch of enemies into them. But, alright, so those are some tutorials for you. Remember, all manual skills and all spells have casting bars, and it takes a while to cast them. Right-click them in order to see how many casting bars each spell or skill has. Also, remember the drag and drop. You just, for skills... for the monk and for, like, the warrior and things like, and also spells for the priest and the wizard, you just click, hold your mouse, drag it, drop it on top of the enemy. not going to work for this rogue, but there you guys go. And that is today's tutorial, and I will see you again for the next one. See ya!